How to join seams in garter stitch. Hi everyone, Norman here. Today I want to show you how to seam two pieces in garter stitch, cast on edge to edge stitch in a super invisible way. For example, when you are knitting mitered squares, you are often in a position where you need to join this cast on edge here with this edge here. The U-shift Afghan is a very popular pattern where you will be facing exactly this problem. Now, cast on edge to cast on edge is super simple. You can graft stitches. I have a full tutorial here on my channel. I'll link it to you up in here. And edge stitch to edge stitch is also super simple because then you can use a simple mattress stitch. I'll link you my tutorial up in here. But cast on edge to edge stitch is a bit trickier when it comes to garter stitch. But let's show you how to seam that in a super invisible way as well. Start by threading a spare length of yarn or the cast on tail if it's long enough on a blunt tapestry needle. The seam will be most invisible if you sew with the color of the cast on edge. As a preparation, align the two pieces so the wrong sides are facing each other. Typically those are the sides where you wove in any tails. And then you need to pull the tapestry needle through the immediate edge stitches. So this one here and this one here. Since I am working with my cast on tail, I only need to go through this stitch here. Otherwise I would go through both stitches. So pull the tapestry needle through, and now here is the cast on edge, and if you take a closer look you can see that it consists of a chain of V's. So here's a V, here's a V, here's a V, here's a V, and you need to find that very first V. So here it is, and this V has an inner leg and an outer leg, and you only need to pull the yarn through the inner leg. So pull the yarn through, and then you need to move over to the other side. And let's take a look. Garter stitch always creates these ridges, and these ridges have a top purl bump and a bottom purl bump. Top, bottom, top, bottom. And you need to find the very first bottom purl bump. So here we have a top purl bump, and here hidden here below, this is the very first bottom purl bump, and you need to pull your tapestry needle through that stitch. And that's already it. From here, you need to find the next V, so this one here, and go through the inner leg. Then here, find the next bottom purl bump. So top here is the bottom purl bump. Sometimes they're a bit difficult to spot. And go through. Here, inner V, bottom purl bump, inner V, bottom purl bump. And after every stitch, try to pull tight, not too tight so the fabric puckers, but quite a bit. So let's do one more stitch here, and then we'll take a look at what we created. So here, this little bump here, and as you can see, this will join the two pieces in a super neat way. I mean, of course, it can never be totally invisible because, well, these are two different edges and you can't form a perfect transition, but I feel this will create a super neat transition, which is actually perfectly flat. Now, I do want to be honest with you. This is far from the only way to seam garter stitch cast on edge to edge stitch. This is just the version I happen to like the most, especially as it creates a very nice, well, transition here when you fold things. For example, when you're knitting a pillow cover or so and you want to join, this is the back and this is the front. I feel it creates a very nice edge, and it's actually rather reversible. So here on the wrong side, it looks very, very neat as well. But if you don't like the way this looks for your project, because maybe there's tons of colors involved or so, then I really urge you to toy around a bit. The trick behind any seaming technique or knitting in general is that whatever you do, you have to do it consistently. So if you don't like the seam this technique creates, then you could try to go through the top purl bumps, or you go through the outer leg of the V, or you pull the yarn underneath the whole V and see where this gets you. Oh, and one more thing, it's very, very important that you never skip a ridge. So if you skip a ridge, the edge will look kind of wonky. What you really have to have an equal number of stitches on both sides, and then never skip one of the ridges. And if you stick to that rule, your edge will look quite pretty. And once you used up all stitches and you went through all bottom purl bumps and inner legs of the V on this side, you pull the tapestry needle here through those corner stitches. See these corner stitches to finish the seam. Either way, that's how to seam garter stitch cast on edge to edge stitch in a super invisible and flat way. Please like this video if you enjoyed watching, comment with your feedback and your questions, and of course, don't forget to subscribe in case you don't want to miss any new videos. Happy knitting and enjoy the rest of your day.